Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my August favorites for you guys, and I am going to try to keep this from being a repeat of my haul update as much as possible, but I do have a few things from that video in here as well, just because they are my favorites and I can't really help it. But I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to start with my foundation stuff. And even though I had mixed feelings about it, the first one is the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Again, I have been wearing this almost every day this month, whether I am wearing it on its own or mixing it, but I've just been wearing it and liking it. So I've said basically everything I can say about this, so I'm not going to wax on about it, but I have been enjoying it. Now, what I've been mixing it with is lately sort of a rediscovery for me. I have known forever that I've loved this, but the one I had was like, it was old and I needed to get a new one, so I hadn't been using it for a while, but I picked it up, and it is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus SPF 50, and I don't know, I'm wearing it today. It's great for me before work because I can slap it on my face and kind of just know that it's going to look great throughout the day. It gives a nice natural finish, which is a bit more dewy than I'm used to, but I've been kind of into that lately. I've been loving this. It's got great coverage. I have this in light. I do wish the color range was better, and I feel like this has been out forever and they haven't done anything with the color range to make it any better, which is disappointing. But the formula itself and stuff I do really love. Speaking of dewiness, the next thing I want to talk about is the Makeup Geek Kathleenlights palette, and I will have a separate video on this, but it has definitely been a favorite. I'm wearing it today. It is just stunning, and I'm not going to go into my whole list of pros and cons because, like I said, I will have a separate video, but I have been wearing this every day since I got it. I love it. It's amazing. That's all I'm going to say about it right now, is that I do really love it. So, this guy. The next thing I want to talk about is a concealer, and it is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And I definitely fell for the hype with this guy, but it is a great concealer. It's not the most full coverage concealer I've ever used ever, but it doesn't crease on me. It just doesn't do anything bad, which I think when you're in the market for a concealer is like the point. You just want it to work well and not be something you have to worry about throughout the day, and this is definitely one of those. I love that you get so much product in these. These are 10 milliliters, which is double most of the other concealers I have, and that's something that I hate about concealers, especially like the Urban Decay one or the NARS one that I love. Like, I love them, but I go through them in like a month because you get like no product in there and the packaging makes it hard to get out. But I do love this. I think the doe foot applicator is a little bit large, but I find that I don't need to use a lot of product, and it's just been, a really good trusty concealer for me. I got mine in the shade Light, which is good for brightening and stuff, and I think, and it's so weird because light generally is almost my skin tone, and I don't usually need to go any deeper than that, but I think that light medium would be like the actual color of my skin. So it is a little bit weird that it seems to be like super fair, but I haven't tried any of the darker colors, but I do want to pick one up to try like cream contouring with it, because that's sort of what these are supposed to be for. But I have been just really enjoying this, and I think for the price with what you get, the amount of product you get, I think it's a great deal. So there's that. The next thing I want to talk about is, again, sort of a rediscovered thing. I have used this before, and I've talked about this product ad nauseum lately, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but it's a Benefit Gimme Brow. Again, I don't think it's super worth the money, but I have been using it every day. I use it interchangeably with my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, so it's just one of those things that it's there and I reach for it every day and I use it. So I got this in shade 3. I could probably go in the darker shade with this, but I like it. The next two things I want to talk about are eyeliners, and I think, like, I'm gonna say it, and I hope there comes a point in my YouTube career where I don't have to say this every time I talk about an eyeliner, but because I know that new people come every day, I do have super oily lids and super watery eyes, so finding an eyeliner that actually stays on my eyes is like impossible for me. So I literally only had one that I used before that lasted any amount of time on me, and even that one, like, it only lasts so long, you know, and I don't have any that just stay all day no matter what, and that's the Jesse's Girl one, which I've talked about before. But I got the Catrice Waterproof Liner and the Essence Waterproof Liner in my haul, and like I said in the update, these are 2 of 3 that actually work for me, that I don't have to worry about sliding all over my face. I don't have to worry about them, you know, just being a total mess every time I've worn them. I wore the Catrice one on Saturday. I went to the apple orchard with my son, and it was about 80 degrees, and I was sweating. We were outside for hours and, you know, in and out of buildings and stuff, and it looked exactly the same when I got home as it did when I put it on, which is just, like, I feel almost like a normal girl because I've never had that before, you know. So many people can wear the Stila one or the Kat Von D one or whatever, you know, are not waterproof at all, and it looks fine, and I just am not that person. So for me to find 2 that are so inexpensive, I feel like the inexpensive liners have done more for me than any of the higher end ones, and I am just very, very, very impressed by these. And I got them on a whim, thinking like it was just going to be another thing I tried that I was going to add to my eyeliner graveyard, and I have been so pleasantly surprised. So both of these would totally recommend. Like I've mentioned, the Catrice one is a little bit glossy and the Essence one is matte, so there's that to think about. The next few things I want to talk about are lip products, and I've been on this weird gloss kick lately. Not today, obviously, but I have been, like, I hate wearing lip gloss most times because I don't like, it's high maintenance to me, basically. And I think really what it was cutting my hair, because I hate when you get your hair caught in your lip gloss. That's like the worst, because it always drags whatever's on your lips off, like, onto your face, and I hate that. So I've just been super into it lately. So I picked up, just on a whim, 2 of the Tarte Glossy lip paints because I didn't like the matte ones. So I got the glossy ones because I've heard better reviews on these. They don't last super long, but they're easy to put on, they're easy to wear. I got Obvi and Snap. This one's like a grayish nude, and this one is just like a regular nude, and I've really just been loving wearing them. They're pigmented, but not overly pigmented, because it's another thing with gloss. Like, I'm super picky with gloss. If it's too pigmented, I find that it just gets everywhere, and those are the ones that tend to bleed on me if they're gonna bleed. These don't do that. I find them just to be easy to slap on. You almost don't need a mirror when you're doing it, but they are pigmented enough that I would probably recommend using a mirror when you're wearing them. But they've just been, like I said, easy to wear, and I've been enjoying them. So there's those. And with especially Obvi, I've been enjoying filling my lips in first with a lip liner, which again is kind of unheard of for me. I have such a pronounced natural lip line that I don't generally find the need to wear lip liner, and I find it to just be an extra step that I don't need, that is annoying. And it's partially annoying because my lip line is so prominent and actually sticks out that, like, sometimes when I use a lip liner, it like gets out of the line because it falls off the curve of my lip. Does that make sense? So I just find them to be like a hassle, and I don't like wearing them all that much. I have this like whole cup full of lip liners that I never wear, but I have been with Obvi because I think Obvi is a little bit too nude for me. So I have been like contouring my lips with Whirl by MAC and then putting Obvi over that. And I did that in a video recently, and I have done that a lot, just like every day, and I've just been enjoying that a lot. And this is just a great lip pencil that lasts forever. I love the color on me, so there's that. And then, you know, back to the matte lip train, because that's my thing, is the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick, and this is in Stepping Out. And I've worn this a lot, and like I said in the haul update video, I do think this is going to be a like fall color for me. It's a beautiful brownie nude. I am wearing Boss today because I hadn't had a chance to wear it yet. As much as I love bold lip colors, it's generally not something I wear to work or anything like that because my office is pretty casual, so I don't get the opportunity to wear bright lip colors like this very often. So this is the first time I put it on, and I feel the same way about it as I do about this one. It feels amazing. I don't feel anything. It's not super drying. So far, like, I just put it on, so I can't say anything like about how it wears or whatever, but I find this one, as it wears off really nicely. And it might be because this is similar to my lip color, but I don't find it to be like horrifyingly awful when it wears off, which might be different for this one because it's bright red. But I like these. They're comfortable on the lips. I don't mind what it looks like when you go over it at the end of the day. And it's just, again, something I don't really have to think about. It does kiss off a little bit, but it's not one of those like moussey liquid lipsticks that you have to worry about still. This is one that I can wear throughout the day and not worry really, unless I'm like eating a burger and then I'll have to worry about my lip touching my chin as it does, which is annoying. But it's just, I don't know, it's a great lip option. It stays in my purse. I had to get it out of my purse for this video, so yeah, I love it. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is the Tarte contour palette. This is the Makeup Shayla one. I am wearing it today, and I have been wearing it every day since I got it. And it is one of those things I really need to be careful with because it was made for women of color, people of color. It was not made for necessarily my skin tone, but I saw it on Ulta, I believe, and it's just one of those things that, like, if I see a collaboration with a person of color, a woman of color, I want to try to support that. And a lot of the reviews that I read said that it worked for lighter skinned people, so I was like, what the hell? I've never tried the other one, the other Tarte, the regular one, so I didn't, you know, have any basis for the texture or whatever, you know, blendability of it. But I have been really pleasantly surprised with this. I have worn the blush color especially every day. It's beautiful. The only thing that I've noticed is that the contour definitely lasts longer than the blush. I'll get in the car at the end of the day and it just looks like I have like a blank space between my highlight and my contour, which I thought this included a 12-hour blush, but I'm wondering maybe if it doesn't and I just didn't realize, because usually Tarte blushes last a long time, but this one doesn't on me. It is a beautiful color. I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing the blush and this color. I also am wearing this on my eyes. I do love to wear both of the darker colors on my eyes and actually the shimmer colors as well. The highlight is gorgeous, just like gorgeous, and I just think it's a great little contour palette. It's one of those, like, if you're going somewhere casual for the weekend and you don't want to bring a lot of stuff, like, this is great for your eyes and your face. It's one of those all-in-one palettes that you could definitely use to do like everything. I have just been really enjoying this. I am happy to support a collaboration with a woman of color where I can. You know, I've seen the Black-owned makeup brand challenge tag thing going around, and I have mixed feelings about it because I feel like those products aren't made for me. They're never made for me, you know, and I hate being someone who can buy makeup wherever I want, you know, and then going out and buying, especially like the eye palettes that are always sold out. Like, I don't ever want to be the white girl who buys that when a woman of color or a person of color is trying to get it and then can't because I bought it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I'm weird. I'm really weird about that, but I don't know, it makes me kind of uncomfortable to be taking away products that aren't made for me, that should be, you know, in other people's makeup collections. But they restocked this one, and it had been a while since they restocked it, so I picked it up. So I didn't feel like when it first sold out, like I was taking it away from somebody else, that people who wanted to get this had the opportunity to do so already. So yeah, that, I don't know, it's just, I have a lot of feelings about it, and I'm probably overthinking it in some ways, but it's just like, I don't know. I want to give Black-owned makeup brands, you know, the airtime on my channel and stuff, but again, I just feel like they weren't made for me, and it's almost like taking it away from somebody else. But I don't know. So, but this one I have been really enjoying. Again, I just need to be careful with it because it is very very easy for me to go way overboard. You can get your hands on it, you definitely should. And then I do have 2 unfavorites, and one of them is the Tarte lip paint. This one is in Namaste. And I've had this, I have a little thing sitting for unfavorites, and I totally forgot to do this last month, but it's been sitting in there since. This was terrible. It was awful. It was the worst. And like, it was the worst. It was just like, I put it on and almost immediately the whole inside of my mouth was like white. And it was like not just the inner rim, but it was like the whole, like everything but my outer lip basically was white. And it flaked off and like peeled off weird places. But then when I tried to take it off, it was like the most impossible thing to get off. It was the biggest oxymoron. Like, it came off really easily in some places, but then like literally would not come off the rest of my lips and others, and it was just a horrible formula. Would not recommend. I don't know if it's this color. I got this I think is a 100-point perk because I didn't want to buy a full size if I wasn't gonna like it, and I did not like it. So I don't know if, again, I don't know if it's the shade or if they're all like that. But I've heard a ton of mixed reviews on these, and I just, nope, hated it. It was so bad, so would not recommend. The other unfavorite I have, again, has been, I should have done this last month, but I totally just blanked on it, is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This, no. This just, like, no. It was so bad. This wore like shit on my face. It just, I would look in the mirror a couple hours after putting it on and there were just patches all over my face of no foundation, and the stuff I put on top of it didn't wear well. There's just like no redeeming qualities for me about this one. I didn't even find it to have a real glow. It was just, no. And even mixing it like with the regular Infallible, the Pro Matte, no, didn't even help. Like, it was just, this is terrible on me. And I know a lot of people like it, but just no. Just no. I did not like this at all. It was just so bad. Yeah, again, do not recommend. Definitely, I think even if you're dry, go for the Pro Matte and mix it with an illuminator or oil or whatever you want to do, but don't waste your time on this. It's terrible. But yeah, that's it for this month. Please let me know below in the comments what you have been loving and hating this month, because I would love to know. And let me know if you have tried any of the stuff that I mentioned here and what your experience was with it. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.